What a soundtrack to come onto. I'm Aaron Ravel, this is Pursuit Minerals. As mentioned, we are in Argentina and really positioning ourselves as a pure play on Argentina. So in a short snap about Pursuit, who are we, where are we, and what are we looking to do? So Pursuit, obviously a tier one opportunity sitting in Argentina. Argentina is rapidly emerging as one of the world's more attractive jurisdictions now in terms of mining and investment. A combined $10 billion invested by Rio Tinto and BHP there last year across copper with the Philo acquisition and obviously Rio Tinto's acquisition of Arcadium Lithium. We've got a significant platform for growth, really underscored by our Rio Grande Sur project, which I'll talk on in a few more slides. But more importantly, we're very seasoned in Argentina. I've been there since 2006, 2007. Our local team on ground really providing significant experience and deep operational knowledge of how to operate within the jurisdiction and effectively progress a project, which we've done with Rio Grande, having moved it significantly forward in the last 2 years, significantly faster than many of our peers have done similar operations. More importantly, we've got a very concise, accelerated growth path and significant re-rate potential by looking at other commodities within Argentina, which are starting to get into the spotlight now and with increased markets. Portfolio overview on the Rio Grande Sur project, and I'll run through this in more depth. It's a lithium brine project in the famed triangle there in the north of the country. We've done quite well in terms of advancing this, having a 1.1 million tonne JORC resource. We've also managed to produce lithium carbonate of a technical grade from our lithium pilot plant, and we're currently in the final stages of completing a pre-feasibility study for the project. We vended this project into Pursuit in 2023, and now a few short years later have really significantly progressed the opportunity. Additionally, Argentina is starting to open up as a jurisdiction with the political change, so we've been having a look around at other opportunities that are present in the country that we can enhance, expand our portfolio and really accelerate our growth. A bit about the company, very seasoned board of directors. Our chairman, Tom Eadie, who some of you may know from his time as Syra and more recently as the chair of Southern Cross Gold, $1 billion gold exploration company. Myself, who's quite tenured, having been with the company now for 2 years, as well as our other non-executive director, Stephen Layton, who's also on the board of EQR Resources, working very well, all Melbourne-based. Very tight share structure, just under 100 million shares on issue. We're trading at around 85 cents, I believe the close was today, 8 million market cap, progressing quite well, significantly undervalued for the projects that we do hold. Focusing on Argentina, it's a very unloved jurisdiction, or has been, more through the political regime over the past couple of years. However, it is home to all of the majors. Rio Tinto making a massive splash there in lithium, however, heavily investing in copper projects up in the San Juan province and really expanding out its team. It has a lot of opportunity in gold, major miners such as Barrick are there, Newmont are there with Cerro Negro. There's a lot of exploration and growth potential in multiple provinces, and the same with silver. You have the producing Cerro Moro mine and the San Jose, who are established low-cost producers. So for us, mining's really becoming of economic importance now. It's less than 1% of GDP. Javier Milei is really looking to beef this up, as he's been doing with the oil and gas sector by opening up, introducing key things like the RIGI regime, which El Pachón, a project owned by Glencore for many years now, has recently been added to over the past couple of weeks. So from that perspective, Argentina really presents an opportunity for a tier one address with significant opportunity, lots of underexplored mining potential, and then key regions such as San Juan, such as Santa Cruz, the Salta province of which we're in, and with significant growth potential. Focusing a bit more on lithium, we are in that famed lithium triangle, 50% of the world's resources underpinned by Chile, Bolivia, and Argentina. Argentina is becoming the more favoured jurisdiction, really that was underscored by the Rio Tinto Arcadium Lithium project, and we're seeing the triangle becoming very attractive, also with Rio Tinto investing in Chile. However, Argentina remains ahead of the curve. One of the key points of difference for us is that we're in an area where it is It's literal supply and demand. There are 17 salars in Argentina, 17, no more, no less. However, majority of these have already been consolidated. Rio Tinto now controls both Olaroz and Hombre Muerto. You're seeing Ganfeng control multiple salars, Lithium Argentinas as was with joint ventures. The opportunity for the pursuit transaction to occur today in 2025 simply doesn't exist. We could not acquire the land holding that we hold, and consolidation is continuing in the Tier 1 address with projects being brought online and significant investment being made. Only a couple of weeks ago, a company, Lithium South Corporation, with depressed prices, received a bid of $62 million US for a project very comparable to our own. So even in a depressed climate, we're still seeing healthy M&A activity in the lithium space as people are starting to look aware at the trends, and the ability to get into Argentina is becoming rarer. For us, our strategy is quite simple. Production of lithium demand is outpacing supply. We're seeing that, and we believe the solution for that is low-cost brine from Argentina. Argentina has always historically sat in the lithium cost in the lower part of the lithium cost curve. For us, we're really positioned to capitalize on that lithium growth. Lithium is heading around that 1.5, 1.7 million tons of demand. Currently, we're seeing forecasts to 3.7 million tons in the next 5 years. However, lithium projects historically have taken between 7 to 10 years to bring online. So whilst the prices are still hovering around the $10,000 per ton area, for us, there is a clear opportunity as the price and demand profile grows. So for us, the execution to production is starting with our 250-ton plant, which has produced lithium carbonate, which we'll run through in a second, but also expanding into a larger 5,000-ton scenario and 12,500-ton scenario, which for us is a roadmap that was followed by Orocobre when they brought the Olaroz project online over a decade ago now. The Rio Grande Sur project sits within Rio Grande Solar, as aptly named. We have a 10,000 hectare tenement position, as you can see on the map. Importantly, a 1.1 million ton resource, which we're able to drill out from 2 drill holes, which were in our main areas in the Maria Magdalena tenement that sits within the prime part of the salar, and also the outside of this salar. We do have a couple of neighbours, and we are aware that the entirety of the salar is being, the area is not owned by us or other juniors, is being auctioned by Deutsche Bank right now to bidders, which is showing significant interest in M&A in our part of the woods. Without our drilling program, we were able to get some exceptional grades, and the drill holes returned up as high as 620 mgl Li. We are in a very high grade area. Our northern tenement is directly 2 kilometers from a neighboring company that drilled 950 mgl Li. But that's some of the highest grade hits within Argentina. The impurity profile has been complementary to our process, and we've been able to work through those parts as well. With that, we've been able to formulate a significant block model, which is part of our PFS coming out, and this block model has been very favourable in terms of showing us how we can actually move the project through to production. Having said that, we do have a campaign of 8 holes, and we've drilled 2 of them. So resource expansion above 1 million tonnes remains, particularly in our northern tenement, which as mentioned, if we were to drill the top hole of our northern tenement, where the plan is called Mito on the right there, a drill hole exactly 2 kilometres to the east recovered values of 950 mgl Li, which is quite high grade and very significant in terms of where lithium comes in terms of processing. We've seen that through our TEM surveys, and again, that's our northern tenement where that upside remains on the right, and then on the left you can see where we've drilled existingly to get that resource. This is our lithium carbonate pilot plant. It has produced lithium carbonate at 99.5% technical grade. So we are working on that plant continuously, and that's enabled us to enhance our feasibility study as we continue to move the project through to production with the aim of a junior producer. For us, the lithium samples return that high grade, which has really piqued offtake interest for us. So the samples in themselves demonstrate we have a high purity lab scale process that's worked. We can work through our technical components and actually bring online production, which is the bigger part. We're not chasing DLE, we're not chasing unproven technologies. This is a proven chemical engineering flow sheet that's already deployed in Argentina, which also becomes in handy when you're trying to look for environmental permits and things like that, where you can point to other examples. For us, we have a very clear and scalable production strategy. We're not looking to chase MPV with 40,000, 50,000 tonne plants that are exceptionally intricate and with an added layer of complexity. Our stage 1 250 tonne plant is set up and operational, and we're batch processing lithium brine from that, or the envisionment is to batch process brine as we need with test evaporations on ponds at site. We're currently moving to a 5,000 tonne stage plant, which is stage 2 or stage 1 for the larger commercial size. We're in the process of completing that PFS study as we look to release that at the end of this quarter, early next. It creates early stage revenue. It's de-risked significantly with a modest CapEx bill. We're not looking for billions in CapEx, which again increases the appeal and attractiveness to offtake partners. The stage 3 is 12,500 tonne expansion, which is envisaged at our northern tenement at Mito, and that follows directly the path that Orocobre Olaroz took, going to 7,500 tonnes per annum, which for us we believe is something that is actually going to work and will unlock long-term growth as we bring production to market. This is just an initial lithium processing circuit, so bringing the brine, putting it in our test ponds, processing it through the plant as we walk that through. Here we have an aerial shot of our evaporation ponds that are meant to be constructed at the southern tenement, so they fit within our area, a 5,000 tonne plant, again bringing product to market. As you can see, that's actually the solar on the left, which I was very fortunate to take with some drone footage, and we're quite excited to be progressing this through to feasibility study. Where's lithium going? The question on everyone's lips, which is, with China now bringing back a mine that was brought offline, is it going to come? Is it going to go up? The production looks like the demand side is quite significantly healthy. We're seeing demand of 3.5 to 4 million tonnes by 2030. China has reached 51% EV adoption. We're seeing lithium, the demand side, exceptionally strong. So for us, we're seeing that China's policy shift is returning that oversupply to deficit faster than anticipated. Heavy electric trucks coming into the equation, stationary storage, as well as the supply gap. Lithium mines are not simple to bring online, at which they are a long-term process. Having said, demand is outpacing supply over the coming years. And we're really starting to see that, especially even when Chinese mines are bought off, there's an increase in supply, a smaller decrease in supply, the price ticked up, which is up about 60% over the last couple of months. With Citi's forecast, they're thinking 2026 will return from deficit to surplus. For some people, it's 2027, 2028. However, the message within the market is that the lithium market will return from surplus to deficit in the coming years. So with that, we remain very optimistic that we're bringing a project online into market as the market is turning from that surplus to deficit where products required. Having said that, precious metals demand is going quite well, as all of you are aware. Gold's hit record prices, nearly $3,700 an ounce. Silver again above $40 an ounce. For us, global gold mining margins are expanding, and Argentina is really poised to benefit from here. We have a lower operating costs. We don't have the wage cost of WA, Queensland, Canada. It's a lower operating environment that creates increased margins. The gold producers in Argentina, the cost of production is not rising as fast as the price. So for there, it's creating significant profitability in the mines in South America. Having said that, copper, again, a strategic metal which has got significant upside, which is reinforced by BHP and Lundin's acquisition of Filo, a $4.1 billion acquisition in the San Juan province. Argentina is really looking to grow in copper, as they've seen with their Chilean counterparts over the border. So for us as a team in pursuit, we look at Argentina as a real opportunity here. Precious metal demand is going up, at which there are plenty of opportunities over the past 5 years that were not available, which are available now. We're committed to ESG and sustainability like any good lithium company, have good stakeholder engagement and work really well with the locals within Argentina, which enhances our ability to operate in the jurisdiction. Over the coming months, what to look for, as mentioned, it's that growth pipeline which will really set us apart. We feel we are significantly undervalued in the universe. We have the lithium universe. We're coming out with that 5,000 tonne PFS study, which is due out, which we expect to really progress the offtake discussions that we've been having, sending those samples to potential offtake partners. Having said that, we're also looking towards the evaluation of complementary opportunities, which we've been quite vocal about in a lot of our releases now for the past 6 months. So we're looking to action those opportunities as the markets are starting to turn quite bullish on gold, silver and copper over the long term. For us, why invest in us? We're a pure play on Argentina, strategically located in the jurisdiction. We have a highly prospective lithium asset that's looking to bring supply into a market which is moving from surplus to deficit. Having said that, we have significant growth potential with resource expansion potential, bringing on early cash flow through a considered staged operation. But more importantly, the M&A section in Argentina for lithium is alive and well, very healthy, with even companies now receiving tens of multi-million US dollar bids for assets in what is considered a depressed pricing. Most importantly, our people are highly credentialed in Argentina. We have a long history and operational expertise, which really sets us apart to move quickly, fast, and capture opportunity. Thank you.